We've had a lot of requests to make synth sounds like The Weeknd, so in this video, we're going to be making synths like Hurry Up Tomorrow. To make this sound, we start with a saw, add some extra low end, remove some highs, but make sure you set this to a 12 dB filter so it's nice and gentle. And I've assigned envelope 2 to the filter to make it more percussive. Next, we're going to add some unison. I'm going to set it to 4 voices for both oscillators. And for effects, we're going to add an EQ to boost the low mids and a touch of highs. However, this sounds way too dry. We need to have some reverb. I tried using a Vector reverb, but it didn't sound that good. So instead, we're going to use Valhalla Supermassive, which is a free plugin. Experiment with the reverb plugin that you use, because each reverb plugin is going to give you a different texture. In Valhalla Supermassive, we have all of these different modes, but I chose the Bright Rim preset and tweaked the delay. Another great plugin is RAM by Native Instruments, which has a metallic texture. If you're enjoying this video, subscribe, because when we hit 10K, I've got a special video planned. The next sound we're going to make is from Timeless. So the notes for this are arpeggiating a G major 7 chord up 2 octaves. To create the synth sound is very simple again. We start with a saw, add envelope 2 to the filter to give it a more percussive effect, and I've assigned note to the decay so the pitch will control how long the notes are. Increase the velocity tracking so it's more dynamic. And now we're going to add some effects. Delay. We've added a dotted 8th note with a very subtle mix and a reverb. If I was using this sound in my music, I would increase the mix of the delay to around 40%. And then I'll adjust the reverb settings to taste. And for our final sound, we're going to make a cry for me type beat. And for this, I've made the synth sounds from scratch, just so there's a bit of sound design in this process as well. So to create this, I started with the bass sound. The bass has 2 layers. Layer number 1 is an 808. Add some wavefold and distortion using M Wavefolder. This is another free plugin. And to give our sound a bit more texture, we're going to add a second layer to the bass, and that's going to be a saw synth layer. So to create this, I've used a saw, added some unison and a filter. And to make the length of this the same as the length of the 808, I use LFO1 to control the level, and I set it to envelope mode. This means that LFO1 is our volume envelope, and we're not using envelope 1 to control the volume. We're using this over here because it gives us a bit more control of how the sound fades out. And I've added some drive from the dirty filter. Make it play 1 note at a time. And again, we're going to add some wavefold and distortion, but we're going to tweak the settings a little bit. Together with the 808 layer, we have this. This sounded good, but we needed some chords to fill out the spectrum a bit more. So I used Vital again, saw with some unison, and then we add envelope 2 to the filter to make it go wow. And the reason why it's going wow is because we've increased the attack on this envelope. Then we're going to add a reverb to give our sound a bit more space. So far we have this. But to finish off our beat, I'm just going to copy the drum pattern that's used in the song. So we're going to go boom, cat. And we're going to add a kick on the first beat of the bar. If you want to download the presets from this video, they're available on my Patreon, and subscribe to learn more about sound design.